everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back. I'm just going to put this down for a second. And thank you for joining me on this 7-day journey. Thank you whether you've joined me for part of it or all of it. It's been a wonderful journey and I do appreciate you dropping in and adding your comments, saying what you've liked. No one said anything they don't like, so that's always encouraging. So as promised, today I am going to talk about the big red button strategy. Now, as I said yesterday and the day before, the minute you put do not press, people want to see it. People want to press it. So I need to put that down because I can't see my notes. So imagine you walk into a store. There's no one around. There's not even any assistants around or shop staff around. You go up to the counter. You've got your goods in your basket. You go up to the counter. As I say, there's no one around. But on the counter, you see a button like this that says, do not press. You've got this big red button and it says, do not press. Now, before you walked in, you didn't care about a big red button or even know of its existence. But the minute it says, do not press, all you want to do is find out what it does. So what does it do? Let's leave it till the end. We better leave that part till the end just in case something happens. So that's the first thing you want to do, because someone said to you or you've seen a notice that says, don't do it, you want to. It's the same as when you go into a room or you go into a building or an office building perhaps, or a hotel, and there's a door maybe behind the reception or next to the main office and it says, private, do not enter. Now, before you walked into that hotel or that building, you couldn't care less about that door. But the minute it says private, do not enter, you want to know what's in there. And I'm going to tell you a little story about my business here. Well, not so much the business, but the building. I work from home, as many of you know. I set up my office in my living room. But if you go off screen, you can't see it because it's too far away from the camera. But if you go that way, out the door and turn left, there are two other doors, both with just plain white paint on the outside. One is one room, and the one right at the end is the bathroom. So between here and the bathroom is another door leading to another room. Now, in that room, if anyone went in there, they'd probably die of shock because it's not messy, but it's a bit cluttered, shall we say. But it's a personal room, to me anyway. And I've got personal memories of my late husband. Many of you know my husband died last year. And I've got personal memories of him. The things wouldn't mean anything to anybody else, but they mean things to me. His favourite clothes, and I just can't get rid of his shoes. And some of you may know that one of my hobbies, I don't do it as part of my work, although I did think about it at one time. I like to do ventriloquism, and I've built my own puppets or characters. And I've got those in there. Now, they're not toys. So I haven't put a notice on the door that says private, do not enter. Because if anyone went from here and wanted to use the bathroom, the minute they say private, do not enter, they'll want to go in there and see what's going on. And if they see my puppets, you can bet your bottom dollar they'll want to play with them. And I'd rather they didn't, because they're not toys. So that's one of those things, something you didn't care about 5 minutes ago. The minute your access is limited, you want it. And you know what? It's the same with your business. If people think that their access is limited, they want to join to find out what they're going to be missing. So when you're starting a program or selling your products or whatever you do within your crafting business, or any business, it doesn't have to be crafting, if people think it's only available to them in a limited capacity, they will want it. So when you introduce your program or your products, start by saying something along the line of, this program or this product are only available to those people who are really committed and want impact in their lives and want to move forward. The moment you use that word only, that's your magic word, that's your big red button. You use the word only, their brain immediately triggers signals that their access might be limited, or they might not be able to join you. And even if they weren't thinking of it, the minute you say only, that is their big red button. That only is, as I say, their big red button. And it's up to your potential customers and your clients whether they press it or not. If they don't, they'll never know what lies ahead for them. They'll never know whether they can build a successful business or not. You would never know if you didn't press your big red button. Everybody's got their own big red button. Everybody's got their point of saying, now what if? It's that what if moment, or if only moment. We've all had it. We've all got it. Some of us have taken that step and pressed their big red button. Some, the button's still sitting on the table waiting to be pressed, and that's fine. People will press it or not press it when they're ready, but if you don't press it, you're never going to know where it's going to go. So that wasn't intended to rhyme, that incidentally, that was just pure coincidence. So what you need to do is make sure your customers and your clients are ready. Make them feel engaged. As we said yesterday, give them that personal invitation. And so, as potential or existing business owners, am I, ready to press that big red button to either start our businesses or go further? Even those like me who started their businesses a while ago, there's always more we can do. I know I've got ideas that I think, do you know what, I might try that out. I might try making this product, or I might add that course to the academy, things that people have asked me to do, which I will get round to eventually. And so we've all got our big red button, and our big red button could be your ideas. So do you press that big red button and go for it, or do you just leave it unpressed? Do you leave that invitation sealed and never know what you can do and never know what glories await you? So that's it for today and for this week. But before you go, I couldn't possibly tease you with this big red button without pressing it. So we're going to do this together. Are you ready? It says, do not press, and I've not pressed it yet. So we're going to do a countdown from 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You're right. This big red button doesn't do a thing. All it is a covered box. This is just a box. If you want to make your own big red button for your own presentations for your businesses, feel free. I'm not going to copyright this. Not that I could if I wanted to, which I don't. This is just a box covered with black paper. And the big red button is actually a yogurt pot that I've covered with red paper and sealed with sticky tape. So, and the bit that you press, sorry you can't see me, the bit that you press is just a paper spring. So do feel free to make your own. If you want me to show you how to make it, drop me a comment or an email. My email's around somewhere. So either drop me a comment in the comment section or send me an email and I'll show you how to make your own. It's ever so easy. So that's it for this today and for this week. But from next week, as part of my attempt to be more organised, I can already hear people saying, "Oh yeah, right." But I'm getting there. I've done it this week. This week we've done a video every day, and I've had all my props and my graphics and of course my big red button all ready for the days that we need it. So that's one of the things I'm working on, trying to get organised. And this week has actually forced me, for want of a better word, to do that organisation. They've had to be ready, otherwise you wouldn't get a video every day. But what I'm going to do next week, starting from next week, I'm going to change. I'm not going to come on every day because it's been a wonderful journey for me doing a video every day, but it's quite exhausting trying to prepare something for every day, especially when you've got other things to do. I've got no care duties. Well, I say I've got no care duties. There's a lovely lady up the road I still look in on every day and just check that she's clean and tidy and she's had her meal. So that's one of the things when Graham passed away. I thought originally, I haven't got any more care duties to do, but do you know what? I've missed it. I really have. Anyone who's been a long-term carer will know you sometimes you miss it. So I've still got that connection with care with one of my lovely ladies up the road. But anyway, that's nothing to do with what we were talking about today. That's just an aside, so to speak. So I'm going to come back next week, starting Monday, tomorrow actually, at the time of this video going out, because I've actually been really super organised for today, super organised. I'm recording this on a Saturday. No, I'm not. I'm recording it on a Saturday morning. It's just about lunchtime now at the time of recording on Saturday, and it's not going out till Sunday. So by the time you see this video, it will have already been recorded the day before. So from next week, from tomorrow, at the time of recording, what I'm going to attempt to do is do 3 videos a week on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. Because I've had so much wonderful response to our business programs, I'm going to, the Monday and the Friday one will be about business. How to give you ideas if some will be service based, some will be product based, so that whatever you're doing, you'll get a bit of both. And the middle one on Wednesday, we're going to be making something, like a normal crafting project like we do on this channel. We have been doing on this channel. So you might have seen I've changed the name and I've taken my photograph out. The reason I've taken my photograph out, one of the reasons, is because in the original photograph I had long hair, but as you can see I've had my hair cut now, because when we had that hot weather it was getting a bit too much, so I've had my hair cut now and I've gone back to my natural colour. Okay, some of the grey showing through, but you know what, I can live with that. And so that's why I've taken my photo out. And I've just used the logo because that's the logo across all of my platforms. And I've changed the name from First Light Crafts to First Light Creations, because that's what my business is called, First Light Creations. It was First Light Crafts, but then I changed it. When I added in the academy, I changed it. So that's my story. So remember, keep telling your story. And if your story changes as your business or your business idea even develops, do update people. Let people know what you've been up to. And if they suddenly see something different on your profile picture or on your picture or your name, whatever it is, let them know. Tell them your story and keep them updated. And don't forget to do your own big red button strategy. And even if, like mine, it doesn't do anything, if I was really clever, which I'm not, what I could have done, I could have had it pressed and perhaps made it into a music box or something like that. But I've no idea how you would do that. So, although I do know someone who could. But I didn't do that. I decided to make it into just something that is just a prop, really. I've used it. It's the first time I've used it in videos. I've used it in live demonstrations, but it's the first time I've used it in a video. And I'll tell you something funny. This sits on my desk, which is just below where we're recording. It's where my camera or my iPad is sitting. It's on my desk, as I said in an earlier video, propped up against a vase of flowers. There's no fancy technology here. It's all basic stuff, but it works, so we're going to go with it. But this sits on my desk. It's sat on my desk now for about a month. And people have come in. I've not said anything. I've just left it with this bit facing into the room. And people have looked at it. And everybody who's looked at it has said, what does it do? And I've said to them, why don't you press it and find out? And they said, but what if it's dangerous? And I thought, well, why would I have a dangerous button in my own home? I said, well, go and press it. And even when I've said to them, okay, it doesn't actually do anything, it's just a prop. Although once they've known that it doesn't do anything, they still want to press it. They still want to see what it does, which isn't a great deal. So we're going to put that down. So do remember, you don't have to make your own. You don't even have to have a real red button if you don't want to. You could even have an image, a picture of a red button, which is a lot simpler to draw, I can tell you, than making it. It's a lot quicker. So if you want to do that, go ahead. If you want me to show you a simple way of doing that, I'm happy to do that. But if you need anything, if you need to know anything else about the big red button or anything else to do with running your own business, somewhere around, either above or below, you'll see my email. So you could drop me a comment. I answer every comment personally. And as I say, my email's around somewhere. So if you want to contact me directly, do send me an email. I will answer you personally. I don't have people to answer my messages for me. I'd rather do it myself. So do drop me a message if you want to know anything, or if you want to tell me anything, or to communicate with me at all, either in the comments or send me an email and I will reply to you. So thank you very much for joining me on this 7-day journey. It has been a blast. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. And so I will see you tomorrow with something a little, it's to do with what we do to start it. Tomorrow's will be for those who haven't quite started their business yet, but want to get over that first step. So if you're at that stage, join me tomorrow and we will discover together how you get over that first step, or how you build that first block. And I'll see you then. And until then, take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, you've guessed it, happy crafting. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.